Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work. Let's get open for business here on this hump day where we are just 183 days, 3 hours, 43 minutes, and 40 seconds away from kickoff of the 2018 season. And I can't wait. We've had so much stuff that's been going on, it's been crazy. And this morning, going to work, me and Michael, we've been over in Maryland demoing a kitchen and things, and him and I have discussions all the time about what's going on in football life in general and things like that. And Jerry Jones had stated that don't count Randy Gregory out just yet on the season. In fact, don't count him out even for the beginning of the season. And me and Michael went on a discussion. I said, there must be some more information out there that we don't know. Maybe it wasn't that he failed a drug test. Maybe it was he didn't live up to one of the rules. Maybe they said you got to go to meetings twice a week and he missed a meeting or something like that. Maybe it was something small or there's something else that we just don't know about. And I'll be honest with you, the discussion was, I was saying, listen, in the grand scheme of things, smoking weed is not anywhere worse than anything else that's going on out there. There's guys out there that have had domestic violence, drunk driving, and different offenses that basically have a slap on the wrist and compared to smoking weed. There's worse drugs that they're being prescribed by the doctors for pain. But Michael, he said, rules are rules. And if that's the rule, you're an idiot for, and I agree, for not following the rule. But the way it's implemented is you get tested once a year. And do you really believe that Randy Gregory's the only guy smoking weed? But be that as it may, I said that I believe that the collective bargaining agreement that the NFL Players Association will go after that in the next CBA. And lo and behold, maybe the dog needs to smoke some weed because he seems a little hyper. Mike Farella from Pro Football Talk had an article that came out today. With the war on drugs long over, did we win? The NFL has begun to quietly realize the folly of its ongoing efforts to police the private lives and bodily fluids of players who may from time to time, or more often than that, enjoy the pungent fumes of a certain burning leaf, and the next collective bargaining agreement likely will reflect that. Per course, the NFL is prepared to make major concessions regarding the substance abuse policy, especially as it relates to marijuana. The details of the concessions aren't known. A complete abandonment and explicit legalization of marijuana is possible, but the league goes in the direction it would need to have the procedure in place for players who are charged criminally with marijuana-related offenses in states where marijuana continues to be banned. Okay. So the NFL is looking at saying, let's get out of this. And that may be what Jerry Jones is talking about, and maybe this happens sooner than later as opposed to when the collective bargaining agreement comes up in 2022. Maybe they're just kind of going to go ahead and just kind of sweep it under the rug and just say, we're done, we're out of that business. And that's the reason why you hold on to Randy Gregory, because I know a lot of people are like, man, forget that guy. He's an idiot. Well, yeah, okay, you can't follow the rules of smoking weed. But there's a lot of guys who smoke weed. Trent Williams, the tackle for the Washington Redskins, he's been suspended for 4 games and says, I smoke weed because of the pain and stuff. It helps me deal with it. You had a player from New Orleans right after the Super Bowl who basically was set up, he was having weed delivered to his house. And if you honestly believe that nobody in the NFL smokes weed, you're high your damn self. So maybe this is going to happen sooner than later, and maybe this happens before next year. Maybe we get Randy Gregory back. Well, Mike, what do you think? Should they change the rules on that? Should they be able to smoke some weed?
It depends.
It depends.
I mean, they should change the rules, but there should be some underlying rules too. Depending on what state you live in, if you get busted, then you should still have some consequences.
Yeah, but
up to the letter of the law.
Unless you got like a whole bunch of weed and you're selling it, the police ain't trying to get you for smoking a little weed, even in states that aren't weed
If
smoke.
you get
Come
trouble
on.
about the law, then they should have a rule saying that that something's happened to you. But if it had nothing to do with the law, then
Okay, well, see, I get it that you don't want performance-enhancing drugs because those are dangerous as well and things like that. You don't want people to go ahead and have a competitive advantage by taking steroids or human growth hormone or stuff. But you're not getting an advantage for smoking weed. And weed has medical benefits. You know, you know, even here in Virginia, it's not legal.
yeah,
But yet you know about those weed places where they're growing
No.
acres and acres and acres of marijuana for medical research.
So if you have epilepsy, you get marijuana. You get a strain.
Okay. Well, like I said,
it's hard to get it, but if your child has epilepsy, you can get it in Virginia because it's passed the law.
so they passed it so you can get it for epilepsy. It ain't gonna be long before they legalize it, and that's where you're seeing all these places that are buying up land to do that.
For people like you,
Huh?
take a form of it for your back.
I take a form of
You said you can.
Oh, okay.
To help your back problem.
Okay. Well, if they got something that'll work with my knee,
They
hey,
have something for the pain.
puff, puff, pass, then, because I tell you what, this knee hurts like a
Well, it has to be
mug.
puff or half. They have like pills.
Pills, okay. Do they have like chocolate bars? Because I like some candy. I ain't trying to smoke it. You know, if they can make it like a Snickers bar with weed in it for my knee, hey,
They have pills you can take.
I'll pass the Dutchie from the left-hand side. Pass the Munchie Snickers from the left-hand. Okay, anyway. But maybe that's the case, and maybe there's something going on behind the scenes on this right now, and maybe that's the hope that Jerry Jones was talking about. So, guys, I've spent up enough time here with you guys on this subject. It's time to get my ass on out of here and get back to work. I got some work to do on the cabinets, and I'm going to try and see if I can get enough energy to start moving this stuff, but damn. There's a new top to go on here, and that means all of the wiring and everything else in here has to be disconnected. And you know I ain't that bright. There's wiring that goes from the mixer, the camera, this to over there that all goes inside of all this. There's lights that are in here that are all interconnected. It's a lot of work. And I mean a lot of work to get this together, but we got to do what we got to do because the show must go on. But I'll see you guys soon.